morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always, told out of Voice of Radio. So today we need to have a look at the most expensive VMAX cards ever. We've had VMAXs. VMAXs have been and gone. So we can look now, we've had a little bit of a while, we've gone on to V-Star, and then we've gone on to EXs, and we can have a look and say with a fair degree of certainty at this stage exactly which the most expensive, the most sought after, the most popular, phrase it how you will, but we know exactly what they are. So I thought it might be fun to have a good old look at it. So that's exactly what we're going to do. And we're going to start off with a couple of cards that didn't quite make the list, but they are absolutely worth having a look at because they are absolutely beautiful. Starting off with, I suppose, what would be number 12, Shadow Rider Calyrex V-Max. This is an absolutely stunning card. It's got art by the lovely Mitsuhiro Arita, and it's one of the most beautiful Pokemon cards we've had basically ever. It's also incredibly playable. Lets you attach a Psychic Energy from your hand to one of your bent Psychic Pokemon and draw 2 cards. For free energy, you do 10 plus 30 more for each Psychic Energy attached to all of your Pokemon. This is a very good card. It's got beautiful artwork, it's seen play, it's awesome, but it only comes in at about $50, so it doesn't quite make the list. So in at number 10, we've got Rapid Strike Urshifu. We like Rapid Strike Urshifu. This made the top cut at Stuttgart Regionals this weekend. There were 2 of them in the top cut. We've got an amazing attack that can do 120 to 2 different Pokemon, which is awesome. And of course, it's an alternate art with loads of lovely Rapid Strike Pokemon on. It's clearly a beautiful card. And I tell you what, it's only coming in at like $60. Compared to the rest of the cards, this is less than half of number 8. This barely makes the list, honestly, but you know what? Still does make the list. In at number 9, we've got Mew, and this one is a little bit more confusing to me, because Mew is a very popular Pokemon. This is another very playable card, also made the top cut at Stuttgart Regionals this weekend, and yet somehow we end up in a situation where this is sitting at like an $80 card. And it's really not that high compared to the rest of the list. And we've got a popular Pokemon. We've got a ridiculously good card. You know, Cobble's Attacks of Fusion Strike Pokemon is really at the heart of that deck. And, of course, we've got lovely alternate art, but only comes in at $80. In at number 8, we've got Espeon. This is another one of the ones from Fusion Strike. And Espeon here is largely because everybody loves Espeon. Espeon is an evolution. People adore evolutions, and that's kind of your explanation here. People are big fans of evolutions. This is one of them, and yeah, that's kind of where we are here. People love evolutions, and I'll tell you what, this is a beautiful card. And it's got Espeon as a Gigantamax Pokemon sleeping on a house, which is kind of awesome, or a Dynamax Pokemon. And it is a decent card, don't get me wrong. It prevents all effects of your opponent's attacks from your Pokemon that have energy attached. And it has seen play for that reason. It's not a bad card, and it's a very nice Pokemon. It's just got a lot of competition on the list. It comes in at $130, which is pretty large. But again, there are so many cards on this list where, you know, they're not pretty large, they're absolutely gigantic, and essentially that's why we look at Espeon and we go, oh yeah, no, sorry, you don't make this list. Or you do make the list, but you don't get too high. In at number 7, we've got Sylveon. It's another one from Evolving Skies. The Evolving Skies does dominate this list, and I'm not going to pretend it doesn't. People love Evolving Skies. Seriously, Evolving Skies is ridiculous as a set. So we got Sylveon here. This is the one that I pulled. This is the one that makes me happy. And you do actually have a really nice attack here that does more damage for each different type of Pokemon on your bench. It's one that did cut in European Internationals not that long ago. So in that regard, it's really rather lovely. And it's Sylveon, who's extremely popular. And it comes in at 140, which is very high, but we've kind of reached that part of the list. All the cards on this part of the list are extremely popular. All of the cards on this part of the list come in very high. This is just one among many. So in at number 6, we've got Glaceon VMAX, comes in at 150, and you'll notice this run, we're just going up by $10 every time. So literally all we're doing here is going up by $10 every time. And that's because these are all pretty close. These could flip-flop, but this is right as it stands at the moment. And what we've got from Glaceon is a card that never really saw any significant play. It does block damage from VMAXs. It's got potential, it's just never really seen any significant play. What we have here is a beautiful artwork, and the artwork has both Pikachu and Eevee, and this is really relevant because a lot of people out there specifically collect Eevee cards or Pikachu cards. So, that's awesome. That's nice. That means that a lot more people are going to want this card. In at number 5, we've got Blaziken, a card that isn't actually from Evolving Skies. I know, it's a little bit weird. This has never been one of my favourite VMAX artworks, I'll be honest with you, but an awful lot of people disagree with me and think this one is absolutely stunning. It's another one of the ones I do really appreciate because Blaziken is a Rapid Strike Pokemon, and there's a whole bunch of other Pokemon on the artwork here, and they're basically the other Rapid Strike Pokemon from this set, which is actually extremely cool. And you've got Inteleon on there and all of that, and it's cool artwork that a lot of people love. Not my favourite, but I'm not always right about this. And in terms of attack, we got 2 energy, 130, and you can attach energy to 2 bench Rapid Strike Pokemon. That's really rather lovely, but it's the artwork here and the fact that Blaziken is a first partner Pokemon, and everybody loves Blaziken. In at number 4, we've got Leafeon, and we have gone right back to Evolving Skies. This one for me is a Hayaganosuke artwork. This is just phenomenal artwork-wise. This is one of the earlier Hayaganosuke cards that made me go, oh, yeah, no, this artwork is stunning. This artist is absolutely special. And in terms of the card, it's kind of cool. Grass, not for 2 energy, does 60 damage for each colorless energy in your opponent's active Pokemon's retreat cost, which is lovely. And that has seen a bit of play and a bit of success here and there, albeit fairly muted. But make no mistake about it, this is an evolution with absolutely stunning artwork, so it's coming in here at 170. And then we see a bit of a gap, because in at number 3 at 200, we've got Gengar. And this was actually another card that saw a bit of play. Gengar did see some play, we like Gengar. But make no mistake about it here, this isn't just a playability thing. This is you know what? This is phenomenal artwork, and this is Gengar. And here's the thing, right? One of my explanations here is the fact that this comes from Fusion Strike, and the pull rates in Fusion Strike were a little bit lower because it was such a huge set. And I'm also well aware that that didn't really work. That argument didn't really work for Mew, for which I can only apologize. So, yeah. One way or another, this is a redonkulous card. People love it. And, attack-wise, it does 60 for each of your opponent's Pokemon V and Pokemon GX. So it's a good card, saw a bunch of play, but this is largely just a really popular Gengar card. In at number 2, we've got Rayquaza, and this is back to Evolving Skies, and there's another decent jump here. Rayquaza's coming in at $260. And this largely is down to the fact that, well, Rayquaza is amazing, Rayquaza is super popular, and oh my word, look at this artwork. That is honestly a big part of this card. This is one of those, the fact that it is Rayquaza does make a difference, don't get me wrong, but then you've also got to be aware of the fact that this is just ridiculous over-the-top artwork. There are some artworks that are so good they elevate the card, and this is absolutely one of them. I always thought this was going to be a ridiculous card playability-wise, because you can discard your hand and draw 3 cards, and you can do almost limitless damage with Max Burst, but really here, it's Rayquaza with stunning artwork and a low pull rate. And then obviously number 1's Umbreon. And Umbreon, we do the best cards from Evolving Skies, Umbreon's number 1. We do the best alternate arts, Umbreon's number 1. And now we're looking at the very best VMAXs ever, and Umbreon's on a VMAX, so Umbreon's number 1. But it is the iconic card from the Sword and Shield era. The artwork is absolutely phenomenal. I mean, playability-wise, it's got gusting when you evolve, so it is a card that's actually seen some play, but really here, it is as simple as people love Umbreon, Umbreon's amazing, and yeah, the artwork here is also stunning. Umbreon's a very popular Pokemon. This gets in, that's your explanation. I wish I could give you a better explanation. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, that's just where we are. So now it's over to you guys. Tell me what your favourite VMAXs ever are. Tell me which your favourite artworks are. Go nuts in the comment section, but be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at @TheWasi. That's where we talk about Pokemon and card games and Pokemon card games, all kinds of fun things. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, join a Discord, and all kinds of fun things. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.